I don't really ask much from the Steelers outside of them to be more competitive, consistent, and convincing, especially after the Bears game. But speaking of that, the only thing I really ask for the Steelers is to not give us all Steelers fans heart attacks. Because this has been the same case every game this season. Yeah. Heart attacks.
Yeah, I'm expecting another heart attack this Sunday in Heinz Field because we face the Detroit Lions, the winless Detroit Lions.
We host them at Heinz Field.
They haven't beaten us since last century, since 1998.
On Thanksgiving, when the game went to overtime, and Jerome Bettis called for tails, and the ref said it was heads, and because of that, we lost that game. That was the last time the Lions beat us. Every other game, we've beaten the Lions.
Yes, and hopefully that remains the same because the Lions are winless.
They're 0-8.
And although they could have won games like the Ravens, which they should have won, for obvious reasons, they could have beat the Vikings because that game came down to a field goal as well. So they could be a 2-win football team right now, but they're not.
No.
They're 0-8. They traded Stafford in the offseason for Goff. And Goff has yet to get a win without Sean McVay.
It goes to show you the type of quarterback that Jared Goff really is without Sean McVay.
It goes to show you the type of head coach Sean McVay is.
Yeah, really.
And the Lions brought in Dan Campbell as their head coach. And you could tell, man, this guy is passionate. This guy cares about winning. This guy cares about football. He wants to succeed. And I can respect that.
Of course.
He is passionate. He is emotional. But good Lord, man, he does not have a good team at all. When you look up and down at the Lions, there's maybe two people that point out about the Lions
that really stand out. Really,
that's on the offensive side of the ball. That's DeAndre Swift and probably T.J. Hawkinson. Honorable mentions are Sewell, who they drafted in the first round instead of a receiver, and possibly
Jamal Williams,
maybe.
But that's just about it. That's just about it. When you look at we're going to start with the offense for the Lions. Again, they got Jared Goff at quarterback. He's not a very good quarterback at all.
He is the most overpaid quarterback I have ever seen, and that's over Kirk Cousins.
Yes, definitely. The running game, they got some nice backs in DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams. They haven't really been able to get a running game going, though. I actually think Jamal Williams actually leads the team in rushing yards.
And he's their backup. Now, they split reps pretty much down the middle, and Swift is more of a receiving guy. In fact, Swift is second on the team in receiving yards, only behind T.J. Hawkinson.
And speaking of targets, that's all they got is Hawkinson. I can't name you who their number one wide receiver is.
Amon St. Brown, Caleb Raymond maybe. That's awful.
They have no number one target.
No.
And the defense for the Lions, man.
They don't have much on the defense.
No.
They are bottom 3 in sacks from the defensive side this year. They've had so many injuries at corner. Aurora has, I think, 3 picks on the year, but that's about it.
And Jeff Okudah was out for the year after the first game.
Yeah, and so pretty much, in simpler terms, the Lions don't have much to offer.
No, they don't.
They are the worst team in the league. Are they better than what the record shows? Sure.
Yeah, I think they're a much more competitive team than what the record shows.
And coming into this game, don't sleep on the Lions. Don't take them lightly because we kind of did that with the Bears, and in the fourth quarter, they almost made a comeback.
In the second half in general. Like, we were up 14-3 against the Chicago Bears at the start of half, and we let the Bears altogether score 24 unanswered points throughout the entire second half, although we only limited them to 3 in the first.
Right.
Which is unacceptable. It's very unacceptable considering... and I'm not going to I'm not taking anything away from the Bears. The Bears are a decent team. They got a decent roster, and they played competitively. They busted their asses off. They played their asses off against the Steelers. But considering how they've been all season long, the Bears' offense, that's quite unacceptable from the Steelers' defense.
Yeah, especially a defense that has star power that you expect to make big plays, which is something that we have to start seeing in this game, because we're facing Jared Goff. This guy has 0 wins without Sean McVay, and he is one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL while under pressure. And that was shown in the Rams versus Steelers game in the 2019 season, where we pressured Goff and he threw, 2-3 interceptions in that game?
Yeah.
We gotta get a replicate of that. Now, his line's pretty banged up. His line's average, I guess. But T.J. Watt, man, he's coming off 3 sacks on Monday night. He is second in the league in sacks, and he could very well be first place if he didn't miss half the Raiders game and all of the Bengals game. And that's incredible.
Yeah.
He
shows the type of player T.J. Watt is, man.
T.J. Watt, man, we all know what's going to happen with T.J. Watt. We can all anticipate another big game from Watt. He's going to step up every play, every week. The rest of the defense has to show up. They got to stop the run, man. They got to contain that rushing attack, which they haven't really been able to establish one. The Lions haven't, so
I still won't sleep on it.
No, definitely not. But definitely stop the run and force Goff to throw it to I don't know who anymore.
Pretty much. Get some turnovers, definitely.
Yeah, because that all starts with the secondary, though.
It does.
I mean, technically it starts with the pass rush, but the secondary has to step up. So much blown coverage last week versus the Bears with Cole Kmet and Darnell Mooney and Allen Robinson, guys like that. So much blown coverage, it was sickening. And it led to a near Bears comeback. So the secondary has to step up. They have to do better. I don't know where it starts, but they need to do better. I think they need to put Minkah in his rightful spot. Stop moving him around too much. Don't put him towards the line of scrimmage or in the box. That's what Edmonds is for. And you put Minkah up deep, which, again, keeps the secondary whole.
Exactly.
And then I think we ought to get Norwood involved more. Start splitting him and Millette more and see what you got in Norwood, because in very limited time, Norwood done very well.
Mm-hmm.
So get Norwood involved for sure. And, pass rush got to continue to eat.
Yeah, pressure Goff, get some sacks, get some turnovers. That's going to help the offensive line. The offense, they got to be more consistent. That's what they got to be.
The offense has to take advantage of what the defense gives them. Because I'm expecting a pretty solid game from the defense this Sunday, just because it's Jared Goff at quarterback and knowing our pass rush, knowing what Watt's going to bring to the table. Hopefully guys on the defensive line step up for sure as well. But the offense has to take advantage of what the defense gives them. The offense shows some glimpses. When we feed Najee, we all know what Najee's going to do. He's going to fight for yards. He's going to create most of the yards for him if the line isn't doing much. And speaking of the line, man, they are going to have, I would say, I don't want to say an easy game, because it's not really it's not really easy against any competition, especially with our line still young.
Yeah.
But I think the Lions only have 14 sacks on the year. That is bottom 3 in the league. So the line, I'd say they're going to have a little bit of a break this week, but it's the perfect time for them to get better and improve and adjust.
Yeah.
As they continue to grow through the season. So O-line has to step up. They got to get something going for Najee. Otherwise, Najee's going to continue to do stuff for himself. But you don't want that.
No, you don't want that.
You want to create lanes for Najee.
You want to make it easy for Najee instead of Najee having to do it the hard way.
Yes.
One way or another, Najee's going to do a play. He's going to make a play. He's going to do something.
Of course, because it's Najee Harris.
Exactly.
But they have to do good at protecting Ben. They allowed 4 sacks last week. They got to keep the pocket clean. They got to keep Ben clean. Keep him off the turf. They got to keep Ben healthy. Got to give him time in the pocket. Ben's got to make smart reads, smart throws, better throws, because it's been shown all year he's still inconsistent. He makes some rough reads, bad decisions that could very well change the game.
Yeah.
And honestly, there's been times where the Steelers' offense have gotten lucky at that. And we got to be careful. Even though it is the Lions, they don't have much to show for on the secondary or on anywhere pretty much. They could take advantage. So,
exactly.
And the one thing I'll credit Ben is he hasn't thrown a pick in 4 straight games.
No, not yet.
Let's keep that going. That's one positive about the offense is they've been very safe with the turnovers.
They have not been able to turn the ball over in several weeks. Hopefully they continue to keep that streak going.
Yeah, they got to keep the ball safe. They've been very well at limiting fumbles, interceptions, although they've kind of gotten lucky on some of those rough passes. But offense has to step up. They gotta, the Lions got to do better. This is the perfect game for them to continue to improve. They got to get something going for Najee. Ben's got to make smart reads. He got to continue to get the ball to his weapons. Guys like Freiermuth, who they need to continue to feed, because this man continues to step up week by week.
Yeah,
this guy's becoming a touchdown monster.
Exactly. He's a red zone machine.
He's a touchdown magnet. This guy catches everything. Continue to feed him. Hopefully Deontay can have something because they didn't really have much to offer at the cornerback position.
Yeah.
So hopefully the receivers have a pretty decent game.
Yeah, Johnson, Claypool. Claypool is dealing with I think it's a toe injury right now, but I think he may be okay. I think he'll be all right.
Either way, man, we got to get something going in the passing game a little bit as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Spread the ball around for Ben. Don't give the ball up. Don't make any bad decisions. Try to throw the ball more accurately. Don't give up any turnovers.
And you got to finish drives.
Yeah.
And one thing I want to see from this team that we didn't see last week is not only finish drives, we got to extend some drives. Keep the defense a little healthy.
Yeah, keep the defense off the field. Because the defense, man, we can only count on them so much. And if you continue to have the defense on the field, they're going to get tired and they're going to get hurt. It's probably one of the reasons why the Bears were able to do what they were able to do.
Yeah, because the offense was on the field, or the defense was on the field so much. Even though we led in time of possession, I believe, like we got to increase that number by a lot.
Yeah,
because it's easy for us to extend drives. It's just the Steelers make it harder than it is.
They always do. Although the Lions are 0-8, they're winless. I'm not going to sleep on them. I'm not going to underestimate them. I'm not anticipating a blowout. Do I want a blowout? Yes. Do I think we can win this game? Abso-fucking-lutely.
Does this have senses of a trap game? Depending on how you feel about trap games, maybe.
But I want this game, most of all, to be very convincing.
Because it's the Lions. They're winless.
And when it comes to the final, the last stretch of games, this is probably the easiest game left this season.
Otherwise, we're heading into a very scary roller coaster ride.
Not going to underestimate the Lions, like I said, but compared to teams like the Chiefs and the Titans and the Bengals and the Ravens and the Browns and the Chargers.
Yeah, so we're going to have our work cut out for us.
Yeah, the Lions compared to those teams, the Lions ain't close. So this is probably going to be our last easiest game of the season.
Yes, but an underrated aspect of this game is the Lions are coming off a bye and we're coming off a short week. So I am, as a Steelers fan, I'm always gonna for games like this, I'm gonna anticipate a heartache.
But I think we are capable of getting a victory,
a pretty good victory,
and going 6-3, considering how we started.
And that'll be good, man. That really would be. But I want to see a pretty good win, a good team win.
Yeah.
I don't want no heartache like we saw against the Bears. Although I'm anticipating it, I don't want it. I don't need to have to call 911 on Sunday.
We shouldn't have to.
I want to smile ear to ear. I want to be happy. I want a convincing win against the winless Lions team. Not going to sleep on them.
But I don't want to feel the stress. I don't want to feel the heartache.
Right. Because this season, especially in recent weeks, we've seen a lot of upsets. So don't sleep on the Lions. Don't take them lightly. The Steelers should not as well. But they need to get a win in Hines. Advance to 6-3. They need to do it in convincing fashion. And if they're up by a good lead, don't take your foot off of the pedal, bro. Keep the pressure coming.
Exactly.
Don't get conservative. They did that last week. They need to close out games. They got to stop being conservative.
I agree.
So the offense, man, feed Najee, give the ball to Muth. Ben's got to be smarter. We got to get a rushing game going. O-line's got to do better. We got to finish drives. We got to be safe with the turnovers as we have so far. Good job. Keep it up, but do better. Be more consistent. And same thing with the defense.
And pressure Goff, get some sacks, try to get Goff to throw some turnovers in offense, take advantage of those turnovers.
Exactly. So if we do all that, man, we're going to come out with a win against the Lions, man. I'm hoping we get the win. I think we get the win, but here we go, Steelers, man. Let's get this win. Let's advance to 6-3. Like Rob said, possibly our last easiest game of the season. And then we head into a tough stretch. We need to do it in convincing fashion.
Yes, we do.
This is the perfect game for everyone to step up and improve and get some momentum going heading into next week's Sunday night game.
And show us why we stand a chance against tougher competition ahead of us.
Yes. I'm feeling good, man. I'm hyped. Let's get this win on Sunday in Hines before we head on to the road. But here we go, Steelers. Let's know you guys' thoughts, man. See you guys in the next one.
Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later. Peace!